Morning. I hope that you are having a fantastic day so far. For today's class, we are going to be doing a 20, 30, 40 intervals. So seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds intervals. We're going to be doing one exercise at a time, working our way through 3 intervals with that one exercise, trying to maintain approximately the same level of intensity, even though we're drawing out in any endurance. We're trying to put the same effort in. So 20, 30, 40, we've got 14 exercises on the agenda. Let's hop right in and start getting warmed up. Let's just start with a heel dig here, so a little heel tap. Really let yourself to get a little bit more into those hips. Getting a nice little stretch here in through the legs, being intentional. Abdominals engaged, glutes squeezed. We're going to go for 4 more here. 4, 3, 2. I'm going to take it to a skater here. Tap it behind. Okay, so you can stay here. Basic toe tap behind. If you'd like, you can start to add a little bit more energy. You don't have to. This is still a warm-up. But if you'd like and you have a little bit more energy, you can do that. We're going to go for 4, 3, 2, planting the feet here. Tap it out. Let's add some arms, just reaching it overhead. Core engaged, nice and strong. Strong through the arms. Let's take it across the body here. Nice little oblique twist. Strong here in through the glutes as you pivot. Squeeze. Squeeze those glutes. Core engaged. And breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hanging here. Repeat our knees. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go again. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's give that a little shake out. Take it over to the other side. Repeat our knees here on the side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, shaking it out again. Let's meet back on the squat position here. Feet hip width apart, squatting it out. Slowly increasing, perhaps that range of motion getting a little bit deeper with each squat. Think about lifting and squeezing in through the glutes. Core is strong. Let's add a bicep curl here. Making sure to sit that bum back into your imaginary seat. Last 4, 3, 2, last 1. Taking those feet a little wider again. We're going to take it lateral lunge, side to side. Woo. As you come to the center, think about drawing those thighs together like they have a magnet, squeezing them together. And nice little stretch here, inner thighs. Ooh, and the hamstrings. I have some tight hamstrings. And I am feeling this. Let's add some arms. Just a nice shoulder extension, floor to ceiling. Last one here. All right, let's bring those feet in. Some nice big arm circles. And the other direction. All right. Let's hop right into it. Let's not waste any more time getting down to the plan. Exercise number 1. We've got 2 options here. So one is a face down option, one is an upright option in case anybody has wrist or shoulder issues that kind of prevent them from doing the face down. So 1, 2, 3, 4 push-ups, basically 4 mountain climbers and a push-up. Something like this, 1, 2, 3, 4 push-up, or you can drop to the knees for that push-up. These can be as slow or as fast as you like. This is your workout. Choose your own adventure. If you need an option that does not involve you being face down or pressure on your wrists and extra pressure on your shoulders, you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a wall push-up. So we are going to start the timer. We're going to do 20 seconds, and I want you to put as much intensity and effort into this. It's not about speed necessarily. It's about quality of movement. So putting your best intense energy into it for 20, 30, and then 40 seconds, whatever that kind of looks like for you today. All right, here we go for 20. All right, 20 seconds down. Now I'm going to switch up for the standing option, which is also okay if you need to do that too. I'm going to change it up here. As much intensity as you are able for 30 seconds. All right, we've got a short rest, and then we've got 40 seconds. Try to approximately maintain the level of effort that you've been doing. If your wrists bother you like mine have been lately, this wall variation might help. Finishing strong though, we're almost done here. Core strong, holding that nice and tight. We have a short recovery here, 40 seconds. Short, not that short, shortish. We have a bit of a recovery. Grabbing some water, we're moving on to exercise number 2. Couple of options here. If you want a little bit more cardio, you are welcome to take that angle. If you'd like a little bit more extra strength, you can take that angle. Sumo squat jump, sumo calf raise, or a weighted sumo. Anything is the world's your oyster. Choose your adventure. So sumo squat jump here. Just a bit of a wider leg squat. If you don't like the jump, you can go calf raise. Okay, and if you want, you could just add weights and do a sumo squat. That would be okay too. Nice gentle landing. If you're doing a little hop. Wait, these intervals just be like flying by. Okay, round 2. Sumo squat. We're going to finish this workout in no time flat. Okay, if you need half raise instead of a jump, a little bit more gentle on the knee if you want that option. Already almost done. These squats, we have our one longest 40-second interval, 40 seconds rest to follow. Working those legs here. Lift and squeeze those glutes. Core engaged. Intentional about our mind, calling those muscles to work. Okay, grabbing some water. 3 jacks to 1 star jump, or you can skip the star jump if you like. These 3 jacks could be 1, 2, 3, and you can make it a big kind of star jump. That would not, you'd probably want to do 2 and 1 star jump to keep alternating sides. Otherwise, you do 1, 2, 3, star jump. You are also welcome to hang here or just stay here. You can do any variation. Really, your choice. Just in the nick of time. So feel free to mix it up. If you want to try a different variation, grabbing sips of water in between if you need them. Whew. I'm definitely feeling the calves. Maybe you are too. 40 seconds left. Last bit of jacks here. Okay, again, you could be here. We're gonna grab some weights for sure if you haven't yet for the next one. We're gonna do alternating reverse lunge with a shoulder fly, okay? So we're gonna step it into a lunge, shoulder fly, into a lunge, shoulder fly. If you have heavier weights, you can single arm the fly, okay? So that would be step back, single arm fly. All right. Whew. Make sure to grab water. It's definitely warm. All right. So slight hinge forward at the hips, at the waist, so that you can get gravity working for you, against you, for the purpose of this exercise, against you. Strong core, right? Nice flat back, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Get those shoulders down away from your ears. Exhale if you want to coordinate your breath with your movement. Exhale on that fly as you raise. Inhale on the way down. Contract those abdominals. Lift and squeeze through the glutes. We have one more. 40 seconds. Here we go. Chin off chest so that you can breathe freely. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. As you bring those arms up, squeeze here between the shoulder blades like you're cracking a nut. Watching that front knee. Nice and supported. Finishing strong. Awesome job. Next up, pendulum lunge with a bicep curl. All right. So side to side, curl in the middle. Easy peasy. We'll alternate those sides. If you have heavier weights again, you can alternate the curl if you like. It is warm. I am very warm right now. Whew. All right, lateral lunge, bicep curl. So as you're doing that lateral lunge, being careful with the knees. Bum is going out, back, weight is in the heels. Sitting on an imaginary seat, yeah? Curl at the top. Holy smokes. All right. 30 seconds. Trying to keep chest upright as much as you can. And I got balance. Being mindful of engaging those abdominal muscles, drawing your belly button in towards your spine, lift and squeeze through the glutes, making it all really worth the effort here. Nice strong bicep curl, nice and slow. I got a real tight hammy here. All right, last round here. Mindful of your form, intentional with your effort here. Lift and squeeze, core engaged, biceps working, and breathe. You don't have to always go, balls to the wall on a thing. If you just set your mind to be really purposeful, really intentional with movement, really intentionally using those muscles, you don't have to do as much. Really just get more out of what you're doing. All right, weights are going to go aside for the moment. We are going on to burpee to get up. If you don't want burpee to get up, you can sub in roll-ups or any sort of modified burpee. You can do just the burpee. You don't have to do the burpee get up. So burpee get up, going burpee to get up. Okay. Otherwise, you can sub in straight up burpees or straight up roll-ups. Okay. Your workout, your adventure. Here we go. Got this tie in the middle of my back. It's not conducive. Was not planning. Oh, I guess I'll hang out here. Was not planning. I wasn't thinking. Didn't know I was doing this when I put my shirt on. All right. Figure out how to do this so that it's not so, ouch. Stick it in there. Okay, I've got 40 seconds of burpees left. Last round. You can also stay here. Regular burpee. If you like. Totally up to you. Oh my gosh, the momentum today. All right, grabbing those weights. We're going to go back to some weights here. Squat, shoulder press with weights. So very basic here. You can absolutely do this just squat or just shoulder press if you need a break or anything like that from other parts. Squat press. Easy. If you want a little bit more, you could take it to a wide press. That's totally fine as well. Squat to a shoulder press. Grab some water quick. Nice weighted heels here, heavy heels. Lift and squeeze with purpose here. You can stand tall at the top of your squat and not lift and squeeze your glutes. But you're gonna get more if you lift and squeeze, really lift through the pelvic floor, lift through those glute muscles, and really make it all about that booty. Okay, and you don't have to take it super low to do that. Listening to the range of motion that feels right for you. But being purposeful, right? Making every rep count. Exhale as you press up. Let me fix my shirt back. Exhale as you press up. Inhale as you squat down. Last 40 seconds here. If you're needing more rests than I'm giving, please go ahead and take them. Take more of what you need. Challenge yourself here, but also listen to your body. All right, fantastic. For the next one, you can do one or two weights. I'm going to show you with one, but you can absolutely do two at the same time if you like. So we're going to do a row, and we're just going to try balancing on one leg. So if you want, you can do, approximately half of the times, or you can try balancing on one leg, but do both arms so that really it's just the leg. Okay, and this leg can be just here, just enough to engage those abdominals. Think about using those lats as you draw the arm back. If you want to stay feet planted, you can do that here. If you're going to take that leg up and just test that balance, think about, bad angle, keeping those hips, oh my gosh, I'm having a hard time. We're rowing. Try and keep those hips square. Okay, so as opposed to opening here, try to keep that toe pointing down, hips square if you're doing that. And draw that belly button into your spine. And apparently you have a hard time balancing and talking. So here we go. We're just going to give it a whirl without so much talking. Still not good. Okay, good to know. Some days, Abdominals engaged. Back is flat. Squeeze those glutes. Hip is squared. Awesome work. We've got one interval left. If you're splitting the legs, you can probably do half and half here. roughly, give or take. Okay, remembering to square off that hip. Draw those belly buttons into your spine. Holy smokes, am I sweating profusely now that we sort of stopped moving. Squeeze that glute. Maybe switching legs. We're more than halfway here. It's less about the legs. Amazing. I can hardly focus because I have so much sweat running into my eyeballs. I don't know about you. Humid. Okay. We're doing a Cadillac Ranch. And I don't actually, in full disclosure, remember the Cadillac Ranch. So this is my version of it. We're going heel, toe, ankle, ankle. Yeah, I feel like it's close. Just not a big line dancer, so can't totally recall. But heel, toe, in, out. Heel, toe, in, out. Okay, if you don't want to do any kind of hopping, you don't have to hop. Okay, you can just tap it. Keep the core strong though. Really be intentional here. Okay, if you want, you can add a little hop, a little cardio here. Oh my gosh. Each workout keeps getting sweatier, sweatier and sweatier down here. All right. Okay, again, you can do this real intentional without the hop. Okay, really use those obliques though, right? Abdominals engaged here. Core stability, squeeze those glutes. Whew. Okay, 40 seconds left, cardio, legs. The next one is arms. So you're gonna get a little recovery. Push it here for that cardio. Working those legs. We're gonna work shoulders next. So I'm sure we'll have an opportunity for all the sweat to rain down into those eyeballs. All right, grabbing some water. We have 5 rounds left. For this next one, we're going to alternate between an upright row and a front shoulder raise. If you have heavier weights, you can single arm. Upright row, elbows out, front shoulder raise. Okay, the upright row will probably be a little bit easier, so if you have heavier weights, you may swing this one with both arms together and then single arm that front shoulder raise. Probably don't even need to do them as fast as I just did. Just trying to show you and also catch my breath. Nice and slow. This doesn't have to be a rush. Core engaged. Glutes lifted and squeezed. Working those shoulders. Okay, chest height, shoulder height. All you need here, make sure to be breathing through. Shoulders down, away from your ears. Keep them there. Don't forget those glutes. All right, full body engagement on this movement. Okay, even spreading the feet wide, the toes wide for stability. Think about stabilizing in through the core. Maybe exhaling as you lift. Inhaling in between. Keep breathing. Abdominals, draw them in. Amazing. Well done. You get set down on one weight. We're going to do a side shuffle squat with an up and over dumbbell for the next one. So it could be a monster walk, could be a shuffle, depending on the level of intensity you want to bring. Here's what we're going to do. I'll show you slow and then a little faster. So monster walk, something like that. Okay, it's like a couple of side steps. Otherwise, you can shuffle, bring it down into a nice squat at the side. When you're at the side, bum goes back. So watching those knees. Okay, so watching that bum's going to the back. Okay, maybe you're shuffling here. Maybe you're just walking here and passing. It doesn't really matter. Okay, and if you don't like to do the overhead pass, you could skip that part too. That's totally fair. Lots of options. Choose your adventure. I'll let you know. We're going to head down to the mat to follow this one. Try not to drop this dumbbell on my head. My hands are real slippery and sweaty. Okay, so we've got 40 seconds of work here. Heading down to the mat for the last 3. Side shuffle squat. Okay, if you want, finishing strong, keep breathing, core engaged, glutes working. Weights are coming down to the mat with us. And bring my water too. So making your way down, bring your weights. We're going to start with glute, bridge, chest, press. If you prefer a fly, that's okay too. That works. So onto your back. Rectify this shirt situation again. Okay. Glute bridge, chest press, or glute bridge, chest fly. Here we go for 20. Lift and squeeze in through the glutes. We're starting to bring that heart rate down just a little bit here. Probably gonna have some sweat in the old eyeballs. Taking those hips up as high as you can. Squeezing glutes and core at the top. Nice controlled press or fly. Feet close to your bum so that you can really get a nice raise here. You don't need to hyperextend or overextend through your back. Just lift and squeeze in through the glutes. Okay, no need to like flip yourself inside out here. Just lift them up nice and high. Squeeze. All right, one more round here. The last two exercises are all about the core. So glutes here and chest with purpose. Last interval. Keep breathing. Core is engaged too. Intentionally squeezing. Amazing work. We are moving on to a couple of options here. Sprinter sit-ups, single leg star sit-up, alternating. Couple of different options here. So sprinter sit-ups, you can go level 1 here where you're really not bringing your upper body off the ground. You can just draw elbow to knee, or you can take it all the way a little bit more up into a sprinter position. If you prefer something different, you can just do alternate straight leg, straight knee, reaching hand towards your knee. Okay, so choose your level here. This one is really targeting the obliques. Again, you're welcome to modify here. If you are not quite ready for the explosive movement to come up, that's okay. Or if it's not feeling right today, that's okay. Modify whatever feels like a good challenge is the right one for you today. We have only a few minutes left. My breakfast was too close to class, or my coffee. Very sloshy. Hold it. Save for the bell. Okay, last one. Even if you're choosing a modified, slightly easier version, it shouldn't feel easy, just more manageable. Press that low back into the mat. Engage those abdominals. Showing up here with intention. All right, short rest. We have one exercise left. And I'm going to really let you choose your own adventure here with this one and give you a wide variety of modification choices from which to choose. So number 1 is just holding a plank. Okay, this can be from your hands or your forearms and or your knees or your toes, any variation here. If you're doing hands, just try and keep the hands apart as opposed to together. Really just rounds to the shoulders. This keeps them square. If you want a little bit more, you can do some plank jacks, some plank taps, or some glute squeezes. Okay, but you are also welcome to just chill out here and continue cooling down. Keep breathing. I definitely had too much liquid immediately before class, and things are very sloppy. So I'm going to chill here with a plank hold. Again, you can add a plank jack, tap, glute squeeze, whatever floats your boat. Pressing up strong, whichever option you've chosen, nice and strong through the arms. Those elbows or hands are strong, like there's energy pushing all the way up through your shoulders. Nothing's like saggy here, really expanding here. Head and neck in line with your spine, belly button drawn in. Keep breathing. And squeezing glutes. Relaxing here. I'm just taking a little sort of back bend stretch here. But you can do whatever movement feels good for you in between. Okay, this is a longer interval here, so if you need to reset or change it up partway through, you can do that. 40 seconds is pushing it on the longer side for holding a plank. So if you're holding, feel free to maybe just change it up. Squeeze glutes, squeeze core. Last handful of seconds. All right, and join me here. If you want to prop up on your elbows, just a nice, gentle, low back twist. Nothing should be pinchy or anything. So if it feels pinchy, you can bring it down even lower. If it doesn't feel quite enough, you can use those arms. But this shouldn't be painful. This should just be a nice little stretch in through the back. Take an opportunity to breathe here a little bit. And let's push all the way back into a child's pose. Letting that back round here now, reaching fingertips as far forward on the mat as you can, really making this incredibly active. Active through the arms, through the shoulder blades, through the upper back. Reach through those fingertips. Continue to breathe. Keep your chin off of your chest. Make sure you have oxygen flowing. Let's take both hands together, walk them to the left side of your mat. Really feeling this stretch here in through the right lats as you reach across. Breathing here, let's take arms all the way across to the right side. Nice stretch in through the left side of your body. Bringing those hands back to center. We're going to come up to all fours here for a moment. Then we're going to tuck the toes. We're going to just go into a downward facing dog. Stretch hamstrings. If this does not work for you, feel free to take another hamstring stretch. That's completely fine. You can do standing forward bend. If you're game and your body can handle it, let's take those hips high. Nice stretch in through the hamstrings here. You can walk those feet if you need to. Nice flat back. You can play around with those toes. The heels don't need to touch the floor or anything too crazy for this purpose. We're just aiming for a nice little stretch into the back of those hamstrings, the back of those calves. All right. And moving through, we're going to bring one leg through and underneath. Again, if this modification doesn't work, feel free to take a seat or do a standing glute stretch. Either is completely fine. So pigeon pose here, nice and upright here. Take a nice little stretch into this hip flexor as well here for a moment. And then making your way down a little bit deeper. Oh yeah, sinking in, getting into that glute, that bent leg. Feel free to make your way down here. Depending on your flexibility, you may be flat on the ground on top of this leg. You may not be. Wherever you are is absolutely great. Just aiming for a nice glute stretch. Continuing to breathe. And walking those hands back up. Tuck that toe under. We're going to come back into a downward facing dog. Momentarily walking those feet. If you're doing your own modifications, you can go to the other side. That is where we're headed. And let's take that other leg, bringing it through. Moment here for the hip flexor, sitting nice and tall. Breathe. And then let's walk those arms out to wherever feels like a nice stretch. Oh my goodness, this side is tight. Nice stretch in through the glutes. You're almost wrapped up here. Couple stretches to go. If some little bit of movement here feels good, I kind of like getting a little bit in there and then easing off a little bit, just kind of getting that nice stretch. Maybe taking a moment here to just reflect back on the workout. Put a smile on your face for getting it done. Let's slowly bring ourselves back up. Let's tuck those toes. One more downward facing dog here. One more stretch in through those hamstrings and calves. And then let's walk our hands towards our feet or just make our way up to standing, whatever that looks like. All right. Whew. Couple of shoulder rolls or shrugs, whatever feels good here. Let's take an arm across, grabbing above or below the elbow, stretching into the deltoids here. This arm, play around, be bent straight, wherever feels most effective today. Another upright. Taking this opportunity for some really nice, big, deep breaths. In through the nose and then out. Blow it out through the mouth. Let's release. Second side. Breathing deeply in through the nose, out through the mouth. Sending that fresh oxygen, taking in love and fresh, new, vibrant energy, exhaling old, stale, used up energy, making room for what is new and fresh. Releasing that arm. Let's just bring those arms opening up through the chest. If you happen to have a wall handy, it's a great opportunity to do a little bit of a wall stretch chest opener here. If you don't, you can bring those arms together and reach back. Just creating that bit of an opening through the chest. And let's switch sides. If you're doing one side, you can release if you need to, if you're doing both together. All right, releasing, shaking that out. If there's anything else that your body is nudging you to do, please take care of that. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next class.